The recent bank failures are undermining confidence in America's banking system. Those concerns were reflected in the stock market Friday. There was a steep sell-off in the banking sector, with many shares of many banks, including the recently rescued First Republic, down for the day. Investors seem unconvinced that the instability is over, despite assurances from the Treasury Department. Nancy Cordes is at the White House with more.
If there is a contagion brewing, First Republic Bank is now patient zero. Its stock price plunged another 33% today after S&P downgraded the bank's credit rating amid fears of a customer exodus.
Altogether, I decided to close this account. It's not a big money, but still money especially for retired people.
First Republic isn't the only mid-sized bank suddenly facing a crisis of investor confidence. PacWest Bancorp stock has tumbled 66% this month. Western Alliance Bank, 57%, despite balance sheets that look better than Silicon Valley Bank's did before it failed last Friday.
There is a smoldering fire that has not actually been put out yet.
CBS business analyst Jill Schlesinger says banks across the country are looking to boost their cash reserves. U.S. banks borrowed more than $150 billion from the Federal Reserve this week alone, a new record.
What does that tell us?
Tells us that the banks are really scared about the amount of deposits that are leaving.
The White House called on Congress today to fine and claw back compensation from top bank executives when their banks fail. The CEO of Silicon Valley Bank reportedly sold more than $3 million worth of stock just days before the FDIC was forced to take over.
One thing lawmakers say they do want to do is to determine whether federal regulators could have done more to stave off the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank and avoid all of this turmoil. To that end, they are now announcing they'll be holding their first hearing on the matter later this month, where they plan to grill top officials from the Federal Reserve and the FDIC. Catherine?
Nancy, is the White House prepared to take additional steps?
Catherine, they won't go as far as to state explicitly that they'd be willing to work with the FDIC and the Federal Reserve to go ahead and ensure all deposits at either First Republic or any other mid-sized bank that could struggle in the coming weeks. They want to make it known that that is likely that would happen. They're comfortable with that being out there because they believe that that will give depositors some confidence. They don't need to yank their money. They can keep it where it is, and it'll be fine. On the other hand, they're kind of walking a tightrope here, because if they are too explicit about the fact that they're willing to go ahead and make depositors whole at any mid-sized bank because it could otherwise roil the markets even further, there are concerns that have been expressed by lawmakers from a number of states that smaller banks that don't have a big impact on the system, that those banks could lose customers, people who say, wait a minute, I'm not sure that the feds would step in to rescue my small bank. I better go put my money into a much bigger bank. And so this is a concern that is getting louder from lawmakers all the time, and the White House is pretty sensitive to that.
Nancy, are White House officials open at all to this argument that poorly run banks should be allowed to fail, not be rescued?
They are sensitive to it, and that's why you saw the White House come out with these proposals that any top bank executives whose mismanagement leads a bank to fail should be fined, should have their compensation clawed back, and in fact should be barred from working at any other bank because they realize that that bailouts are such a politically sensitive topic. They've also been clear that investors in these banks, as the stock price plummets, will not be made whole, that any investment is a risk, and that those investors are not going to be compensated in any way. At the same time, they are worried about contagion. They thought that they had gotten this under control back on Sunday or Monday, and now here we are several days later, still looking at the possibility that First Republic could end up getting sold this weekend. And so they realize that they've got to do more every single day to calm the jitters that exist.
Nancy Cordes reporting at the White House. Thank you.
You're welcome.